Former Nairobi Regional Commander Bungei has denied any involvement in the alleged police killings that occurred during the Gen Z protest in July 20th, 2024. Speaking in court, he insisted that no gunfire took place that night and highlighted that multiple police units along with the military were deployed to handle the unrest. However, Bungei could not confirm whether Rex Masai's death was caused by a gunshot wound. Bungei, responsible for overseeing security in the region, said he was unaware of the specifics of Masai's injuries, including whether excessive bleeding was from a bullet. He also noted that the police only learned about the protest through social media and had no prior knowledge of the planned demonstrations.
But when there is no operation order, it's a reactional situation to save the situation at then. In response, yes. In response to the situation, yes. I would wish to state that at the time, no police officer knew what kind of injury the victim had sustained, and it was only confirmed that it was a gunshot wound when the postmortem examination was done on 21st, not before postmortem. So I'm specific that before that postmortem was done, we didn't know until the postmortem report was out. That's the only time now we can confirm from the records of the doctor.
President William Ruto has downplayed any presidential aspirant of the 2027 election owing to his extensive experience in Kenyan politics, saying nothing and nobody can intimidate him. Speaking during his second day of his development tour of the Northern Frontier region in Mandera, Ruto reminded Kenyans that he has served in various leadership capacities, including as a member of parliament for 15 years, deputy president for a decade, and now as president for 5 years.
Ati sijui 2027 sijui mambo ya kura. Sasa mimi niwaulize nyinyi watu wa Mandera, mimi nimekuwa mjumbe miaka 15, mimi nimekuwa naibu ya rais miaka 10, ndio huyu mimi ni rais miaka itakuwa 5. Sasa mtu atanitisha na kitu gani? Ati nisikue nini? What is it that I have not become? Tunaelewana? So hii mambo yako sijui nini, na kwanza hata shida ya wale wananitisha ni mtu ambaye hajawahi kuwa rais, ajui hata vile ya kukuwa rais inakuanga namna gani.
He criticized politicians who focus on electioneering rather than leadership, asserting that his current priority is fulfilling his mandate as president rather than engaging in premature succession politics.
Wachaneni na maneno ya 2027 for now. For now, upange hii kazi ya wananchi. That is my mission. Kumalizana na transformation ya Kenya ambayo imechelewa. Hii transformation ya Kenya imecheleweshwa na uongozi. The problem is not the citizens of Kenya. The problem is the leadership. Na kwa sababu kiongozi badala ya kwenda kuongoza, anaenda kutafuta kura. How can you look for votes forever?
Vihiga women rep Beatrice Adegale has rejected Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's claims that the 30% allocation for Western Kenya has not been fulfilled due to a lack of support for President Ruto. Speaking at a women's group preservation event today, Adegale refuted Gachagwa's accusations, calling them false. She also criticized the exclusion of Vihiga County from parliamentary committees, attributing it to the region's lack of support for the ruling party. She emphasized that their promised allocation should be honored regardless of political allegiance. Her remarks reflect growing frustration in Western Kenya of unfulfilled promises from the government.
Siku ya leo nimekuwa nikimsikiza asubuhi kwa radio akisema kwamba 30% yenye Musalia na Wetangula wa sign hao ndio wamekataa kuuliza rais apeane. Huyo mtu ni muongo namba 1. Amesema uongo na yeye anasema yeye anakuanga mtu wa kusema ukweli. Pale amesema yeye ndiye amezuia sisi tupate 30%. Kwanza hata tu bunge kwa komiti akakataa. ANC hatuwezi pata uchea wa committees kwa sababu hatukupeana kura. Na nyinyi mtakubali mtu ashinde kuongelesha mambo hatupeana kura Western.
Doctors at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret have gone on strike, bringing all medical services at the facility to a standstill. The Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacist and Dentist Union announced the strike will continue until their long-standing demands are met. KMPD North Rift Secretary General Dr. Jackson Malay said that doctors have been pushing for their demands for over 3 years without success. The impact of the strike is already being felt by patients, with many unable to access urgent medical care. Mary Chamete, whose son requires an urgent finger amputation, expressed her frustration, fearing that the infection could spread due to lack of treatment.
Niko na kijana alianguka na pikipiki. Nilileta wanataka kukata kidole. Sasa amemaliza wiki 2 na nimefika madaktari wamekoma. Na hiyo kidole imeosa. Sasa nitafanya nini? Hakuna yenye nitafanya. Na mtoto ndio huyo kidole inaosa. Sina pesa, nitafanya nini? Hiyo kidole sasa mguu yote itaisha. shida, watakatia juu. Nitafanya nini mimi? Sina pesa. Nitapeleka wapi mtoto yangu? Mtoto yangu atakosa mguu.
Meanwhile, Camp PD North Rift Deputy Chair Dr. Darwin Mbuka pointed out salary stagnation as another major concern, noting that some specialized doctors have gone nearly 5 years without salary adjustments despite promotions. He blamed the hospital's human resource department for failing to address these critical issues, emphasizing that the strike will continue until concrete solutions are implemented.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And across borders, the United States Postal Service has suspended the acceptance of parcels from mainland China and Hong Kong until further notice, though letters remain unaffected. The move follows the recent executive order by U.S. President Donald Trump imposing a 10% tariff on all Chinese imports and eliminating a tax exemption for goods valued at $800 or less. The decision is expected to significantly impact Chinese e-commerce platforms like Shein and Temu, which rely on direct shipments to American customers. In retaliation, China has announced tariffs on certain U.S. imports, including coal, liquefied natural gas, crude oil, and automobiles, effective February 10.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.